Expressions and idioms. Hi there, welcome to this lesson on expressions and idioms. Expressions and idioms are a very common feature in every language. Understanding what they mean, how they are used, and knowing how to use them yourself is extremely important when learning another language. This video contains 8 expressions that are used all the time in English. If you are learning English, you will definitely hear these at some point. If you know someone who is a native English speaker, try to get them to tell you whether or not you're using them correctly. Alright, let's get started. Let the cat out of the bag. This means to accidentally give away a secret. John is throwing a surprise birthday party for his younger brother. He invites a bunch of his friends. One of them talks to the younger brother and, not knowing that it's supposed to be a surprise, mentions the party. He let the cat out of the bag. Now the party will not be a surprise. Jessica had recently accepted a job in another city. She did not tell her parents yet. A close friend made a comment about it on Facebook, and her mother saw it. The cat was out of the bag. A mother and father were planning a trip to Disneyland for their kids. They wanted it to be a surprise, but the father accidentally left some brochures on the table and the kids found them. He let the cat out of the bag. Jane found out I was going to propose to her. Who let the cat out of the bag? To beat a dead horse. To discuss an issue that is pointless. No amount of debate will bear results. This expression comes from riding a horse. A rider might hit the horse to get it to move, but if the horse is dead, it will not matter how hard or how often it is hit. It will not move. Jason's neighbor Dave is an alcoholic. Jason and Dave are friends, so Jason tries over and over to get Dave to stop drinking, but Dave has no intention of quitting alcohol. Jason is beating a dead horse. Anne is babysitting Luke and Alan. It is their bedtime, but they had too much candy earlier and are still very energetic. She is beating a dead horse trying to get them to settle down. Julie is trying to get people in her town to start recycling, but to no avail. She brings it up at every town hall, but nobody listens to her. She should stop beating a dead horse. Donald Trump's aides continuously try to get him to read about important issues, but since he has the attention span of a 2-year-old, it is like beating a dead horse. The straw that broke the camel's back, or the last straw, or the final straw. This is something you would say when there have already been too many problems or annoyances, that one more, even a small one, will result in drastic action. This expression refers to loading a camel with stuff to carry. A straw, as in a piece of hay, is very light, almost unnoticeable in weight. But the animal is already carrying so much that adding this one tiny piece of straw is enough to break its back. Dave and his wife are getting a divorce after he forgot her birthday. Normally, this would not be a reason for divorce, but he never pays her any attention, and she is always unhappy. The birthday was just the straw that broke the camel's back. Jimmy was getting bullied at school. Usually he ignored it, but the final straw came when one of the bullies smashed his art project. He punched the kid in the mouth, breaking one of his teeth. George's boss is making him work on Saturday. Normally it wouldn't be a big deal, but he has already had to work the last several weekends in a row. This time it's the straw that broke the camel's back. He tells his boss, "That's the last straw. I quit." Speak of the devil. Let's say you and your friends are sitting around talking about somebody else. That person suddenly enters the room. You might say, "Speak of the devil, we were just talking about you." This expression is short for "speak of the devil and he shall appear." I don't know if it's from the Bible or not, but it does not mean that you are calling the person the devil or comparing them to something bad. The expression itself has no relation to good or evil. You could say it about Hitler or Mother Teresa. It wouldn't matter. Some kids are playing basketball at a park. They are talking about how good one of their friends is, when all of a sudden that friend shows up at the park wanting to play. One of them might say, "Speak of the devil, we were just talking about you." A group of mean girls are eating lunch and talking bad about Jessica. They are calling her ugly, saying that she has kissed every boy in school. Jessica, who has just entered the cafeteria, happens to walk past their table. The meanest girl might shout, "Speak of the devil, look who it is," loud enough to make sure Jessica hears it, so that she would know they were talking about her. A far cry. When something is a far cry from something else, it means that they are vastly different. Today's popular music is a far cry from the classical music of Beethoven or Mozart. My new computer is so fast, it's a far cry from that piece of junk I was using. Cell phones today are a far cry from what they were in the 90s. Bob came from a small town. When he grew up, he moved away and did not return for 20 years. When he finally did go back, the town was much bigger and had changed very much. He says, "Boy, this is a far cry from the peaceful little town I grew up in." Jason gives his team a project to work on. He tells them exactly how he wants it done. When they finish the project, it is not at all what he wanted. He might say, "Well, this is a far cry from what I had in mind, but I like it." Or he might hate it, in which case he'll let you know that too. To beat around the bush. To not be direct in expressing your desires or thoughts. This expression comes from bird hunting, where someone would go up and hit a bush to scare the birds out. Cindy believes that she deserves a promotion. She decides she's going to talk to her boss about it, but when she sees him, she can't find the courage. She talks about the good work she's done, but she doesn't just come out and say, "I want a promotion." She is beating around the bush. Tommy wants to ask Sarah out on a date, but he's very nervous about it. When he talks to her, he asks her all about her weekend, whether or not she has any plans, but he never actually invites her out anywhere. He just beats around the bush for a while. Be direct. If there's something you want to ask me, stop beating around the bush and just ask. Mark's girlfriend has just finished painting a portrait of him. She is not a very good painter, but he wants to be supportive. When she asks him if he likes it, he beats around the bush and talks about how much he likes the colors, or how he admires her for painting in the first place. He does not want to tell her his real opinion of the painting itself. To sleep on it. To wait when it comes to making a decision. You need more time to think it over. We would like to offer you a promotion, but it is in San Antonio. It would mean relocating. It's a very good offer, but my kids are in school and I'm not sure I want to move them across the country in the middle of the school year. Can I sleep on it for a few nights and get back to you? So, we are renting a cabin up at Silver Lake next month. Do you want to come? It will be a lot of fun. That does sound like fun, but I'm not sure I want to travel that far. I'll sleep on it and let you know tomorrow. Did you end up taking that job in San Antonio? Yes, I slept on it and decided it was too much money to pass up. Cannot see the forest for the trees. When someone is too focused on small details, they do not see the bigger picture. Imagine someone in a forest is standing so close to one tree that their nose is touching the bark. They will only be able to see that one tree. They will have no view of the forest as a whole. John is so focused on product details that he can't see the forest for the trees when it comes to the overall needs of the company. Samantha broke up with her boyfriend because she didn't like the way he dressed. Even though he was handsome, treated her well, and had a good job, she was hung up on this one thing. She could not see the forest for the trees. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, Please like and subscribe, and there will definitely be more.